Okay, welcome to Hey Jojo Productions and our production of Moana. I'm so glad you guys are all here. This is going to be a fantastic production, and I'm so excited. I had no idea how popular this show was. I did it as a summer camp a couple of years ago, and I loved the show, but it was in the middle of the pandemic, and we literally performed this in the parking lot of the park up the street from me at San Diego Park, and parents had to stay in their cars, and the kids performed in a dirt lot. It was very funny, but sad at the same time. They all wore masks. We separated them all. It was very I was glad I could keep going with productions, but it was kind of like really sad. And so when we were looking for a smaller show, I thought, oh, I want to redo Moana because it has such a great feeling of a grander scale, and I didn't want to do it in a parking lot again. So that is why we're here. So a couple of things for my new families, my families who've been with me for ever and ever, they kind of understand, but I do not get paid for my job. I'm a volunteer. um this is 100% a labor of love for me, and what I do at the theater, nothing comes into my pocket. In fact, I'll let you know, in 2023, I have donated over $30,000 to our program. And people kind of go, what? That's crazy. It is crazy. But I wanted to keep the program growing, and we expanded this year. For those who don't know, we tripled in size in mid-February. We had an opportunity to purchase our back area, so we kind of have the whole space now. Um, which brings me into my first thing. We have an opportunity to actually expand even further, as one of my neighbors is looking for somebody to take into their space. I'm pissed because I wanted his space when we heard about this whole expansion. His space was available, and my landlord didn't pick us. He picked my neighbor instead of us. And I was kind of bummed because I wanted his space. It was
Did you
more of a
get to?
square section, and actually larger than what we're currently in. But my landlord picked the former tenant, and now that former tenant is going to be leaving. So I have an opportunity to kind of go to my landlord and say, hey, I want that space. But I just spent a ton of money taking off the roof, putting in air conditioning, painting, taking down walls, making our space our space. So I want you to know I'm not like being frivolous with money. I'm trying to make conscious decisions. Our board is trying to make conscious decisions on all these different things. So when you kind of hear me talk about our board, know that they get it. They're parents of your kids as well. And they're like, why didn't you go there, Jojo? It wasn't available. And I wanted the space next door to us. So I am trying. I'm talking with my landlord to kind of try and say, hey, look, I spent all this money. Will you give us a break? Can we make it work for our benefit? It's all coming down. Don't worry. Couple things. Everything costs money. And today is Giving Tuesday. So I always kind of want to jump off the thing and say, if you can donate, please donate. All of the money goes back into the program. If you just are coming in, I gave over $30,000 last year, as did my mother. So between the two of us, we gave $60,000 towards our growth. And it's money that I know is well spent because it is a program I truly believe in, and I truly believe in our community and our families. But I can't put any more money in, so all decisions have to be financially stable for the organization. Um, and there's a difference between two organizations. We have Hey Jojo Productions, which is just a production company, And then we have the Solana Beach Community Theater, which is our nonprofit organization. I ask everybody to donate to the Solana Beach Community Theater. If you, by accident, donate to Solana Beach, to Hey Jojo, it doesn't matter. I can move money back and forth. It all goes to the same thing. So if you want to give a scholarship, or if you want monies to go to scholarships, to chairs, to building funds, to whatever, please note, I will note it and it will all happen. I have wonderful bookkeepers and we are all simpatico. So first things first, I have a little agenda. I always like to tell everybody I'm a volunteer, and then I like to tell my story. I was born in Huntington Beach. My family moved here when I was 1, and we lived on Santa Dominga. I think I have a family that lives on Santa Dominga, which is the east side of Solana Beach. Grew up there, went to school, all that kind of stuff. My mom was just a mom. She had 3 kids, and she was a substitute teacher, and then she joined the Solana Beach School Board District. After that, my mom decided she wanted more, and she became one of our pioneers of founding the city of Solana Beach. My mom was on the first city council of Solana Beach. Her name is Marion Dotson. She's very well known in the community, and it's why I joined the Solana Beach Civic and Historical Society, because I'm a legacy of our cityhood. And it's very important to me to kind of like say, I'm not only on our board, I'm also on the board of the Solana Beach Civic and Historical Society. I truly care about our community, and giving back is something my mom always ingrained in me, and you should too. And with Giving Tuesday, it's funny because my husband never gave to any charity because his parents didn't do that. They gave to the church, but they didn't necessarily give to the community. So I kind of tell you, if you like what you see and you like how your kids are acting, give it directly to the community where your kids are thriving. Once your kids grow up and do other things, fine. Give to other generations. I don't care. But what I do care is about when your kids are in the community, you should support the community. And we will always be there for your kids. I'm also a huge animal rescuer. I have a fabulous rescue dog sitting next to me that I rescued. She's from a senior rescue. And so I say it's not just my community that I give to, but other things that I am enjoying, I give to. My sister is also a huge volunteer with the CRC, which feeds homeless in Encinitas. And I highly recommend that you all donate and visit the CRC resale stores in Encinitas. But I will give a caveat, is to bring your clothing to us first, and then I always donate everything to the CRC because it's just a wonderful organization, and I'm a huge supporter. And they do big drives. So if you're looking for things for your kids to be physically active beyond working at different Hey Jojo events, the CRC does a wonderful December holiday baskets drive where they have families come and put baskets together for families in need. So I just kind of want to give them a huge shout out. I'm also a step parent. I had a huge life in Los Angeles as a TV and film producer for years and years and years. And I was so dedicated to my life, I totally forgot to have a life because I loved my work. When I turned 40, I went, oh, dang, forgot to have a life. Huh. So I left my job. I was working for a high profile actor. Many people know who he is. I'm not going to mention who he is for just,
Like
legal
you said,
reasons.
right under or whatever.
And so anyway, I want to tell you, it's like I gave up that life to say, hey, no, I need to have my own life at 41. I met my husband. He had full custody of his daughter, and she was in a cute production in Orange County, and I volunteered for that production. I loved it so much. I then became the stage manager of 6 productions of Annie. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I didn't want to commute back and forth to LA anymore. I just, I said, forget it. This is where I want to be. I want to be with my new family. And I totally changed my trajectory. When my husband got transferred to a job in San Diego, I said, oh, I'm gonna kind of copy that program and and moved down to San Diego. And that's what I did. So I started with 4 students. Those 4 students were my daughter, my next door neighbor's son, who's now in college, um, a woman named, well, a girl named Juliana. Her mom is my hairdresser, Jamie, and some random kid that joined us. I had 4 students. Those 4 students have now turned into hundreds of students that have joined us, and I'm so glad I kept it going. But it's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears through the years, not gonna lie. Spent a lot of money on those kids. Um, so I've never taken one thin dime from any production I've ever done. It's all been my volunteer job. And again, spent a lot of money. So let's talk about how things cost. Um, Rights to a show. A show is not produced for free. You have to pay writers and directors and things like that, and scripts. So roughly it's about $2,000. My t-shirts, I just ordered them today. It's about $1,700. My rent is about $3,500 a month to be here in Solana Beach. My utilities is about $500 a month. My insurance is about $5,000 a year. And then you've got your Wi-Fi costs, which is about $120 a month. Just so you know, that's where all the money you pay with your cast fees, it goes to my general operation costs. Doesn't go to me. It goes to all the stuff that I do. When we rent a theater, like we are for this show, it is over $10,000 to rent a theater. I try and go, that doesn't include professional help. My professional help is about $10,000 as well. People think that's excessive, but I'm going to tell you right now, when you have pros, it makes your show look really good. And I think every child deserves to have that experience of being in a really good show. It's what sets us apart from most children's theaters, is that our shows are professional. Not to mention your school shows. I know they beg for a lot of money, and guess what? They are still cheap, and they don't have the equipment. They hire the wrong people. I have been in numerous talks with tons of schools, and it drives me bonkers because the people that they hire charge them a lot of money, and they don't deliver on those services. They all say, oh, we want you to do our shows. But my answer is, you can't afford me. I want their kids to join our program, because guess what? I don't want to drive to every kid's school. That would take up too much time, and it would diminish our program. Our program is good for a reason. I keep it small. I keep it only word of mouth. I don't do a ton of advertising. The only time I advertise is when I want donations. Okay. Our expansion last year, for those of you who don't know, who haven't been with us, our success of Frozen was huge. We had 150 kids in Frozen, and our shows were all sold out. It was awesome. And at that time, I learned that our backspace opened and we could expand. So I went from paying roughly $1,500 a month in rent to $3,500. So we totally tripled in size. So please note that our space is brand new, and I don't want to take any more debt on. We have a lot of bills to pay. I still carry about $15,000 in credit, but by year's end, I will have paid off our contractor. Yay! So that's huge. Scholarships. People don't realize that people in Solana Beach seek scholarships. About 5 to 10% of our kids are actually on scholarships. I don't name them out publicly. You'll never know. But I want you to hear that from me is that some families, how they come to us with scholarships, is that they have to write a letter and tell us how much they love the arts and how the arts mean to them. Usually, we do not deny scholarships. We try to keep it under 10%. But if you want to donate to specific scholarships for an individual or whatever, please let me know. It directly goes to that child. And I think everybody should be able to be participant in our program. I have yet to deny anybody who's wanted to come to me as a scholarship. Even if it costs me money, I will give to that child. By doing that, I run on a 100% volunteer staff. Our costumer, Natalie, she's here. She's here tonight. She's fantastic. She's a volunteer. She will be sending out various emails about our Amazon wish lists. If you're able to purchase stuff on Amazon for us, fantastic. It's not required, it's suggested. Sometimes we share costumes. You might not want your kid to share a costume, especially a wig. There's not going to be a lot of wigs in this. But if you want to participate in that wish list, we generously thank you. A couple other parents have stepped up. A woman named Sarah is going to join the costume crew. Carlos Castaneda, he used to be in LA as a set designer, but guess what? He lives in San Diego now, and he's been helping us with our sets. He helped us with Matilda. He also did our Pride Rock for Lion King, and we've been talking. He's going to join me in our parent meeting at 6:30 in 10 minutes about some of the design ideas that he has. But if you're a handy dad or a handy parent and you want to join that crew, let us know. Also, let's say you're not that handy, but you're kind of creative and you want to help out and you don't know where your skills are going to happen. Let us know. Can you paint? Can you sew? Can you do whatever? Let us know. Natalie's going to be taking some notes. And if you want to put it in the chat, Natalie will kind of be typing some notes from the chat. But join our production meeting immediately following this meeting. Okay, just so you know, our choreographer is Olive 16. Her name is Emmy Claire. She is an award-winning choreographer. She's amazing. Your kids will get to know her. She's awesome. But not only that, we have a younger girl named Portia Baker who has been helping Emmy for the last year do choreography. And she's going to help on this show, as well as a young actress named Haley Godinez, who's currently on the dance team at Torrey Pines. She's also going to be helping us, and she played Moana. So when I did it before as a summer camp, so she kind of knows the dances already. So I said, yes, please help us. I do hire professionals. It's not 100% volunteer. Our professionals are our musical director. His name is Michael. I can't afford every musical lesson for every kid to have a vocal lesson. So Michael and I kind of talk and say who we pinpoint for lessons. I pay him peanuts, people, to kind of teach your kids different lessons. Some of you have been taking vocal lessons with him, and it's been a game changer. I had a parent this morning tell me that she couldn't believe how good her kid got from Junie B. Jones to Matilda by just taking lessons with Michael. And I said, I know. I have met many musical directors, and they're not anywhere near his expertise. I also like to recommend Debbie Niscastro. She is a subletter of ours and teaches locally on Saturdays. I love Debbie. She's different from Michael. Michael's very like fun, loving, and helpful. Debbie's kind of more strict and concerned and a technician. So they're kind of different styles. But let me know. They're both aimed to help your kids. but I can't afford all of them for full time to help all of your kids, especially my scholarship kids. I have some scholarship kids who are leads, and we need your support to help them just kind of get through it. Um, I have a woman helping me. Her name is Stacy Sweeting on grant funding from different organizations. I don't think she's on tonight, unless you are, Stacy. Speak up. Um, so we do see grants and corporate giving and things like that. I'm currently a one-man band. Stacy helps me in her side time, but I will let you know Stacy's daughter oh, here comes Michael. Stacy's daughter taught our summer camp production of Finding Nemo this summer, and it was super helpful. And I also believe in female empowerment, and she was a girl director. So, and she was one of my students. I've had her since she was about 10 years old. So I just loved having her kind of come back into my fold too. The other person I want to shout out is Andrew, who's our technical director. He is a professional, and Andrew has been with me since about 2018, and he's awesome and amazing, and his bill is rising. So he's actually kind of like doing big and beyond, but he loves training your kids. So if your kids are interested in stage crew, Andrew's my guy. We actually just asked a young stage technician, Ava, at the Cookies and Hot Cocoa, to kind of do some of more of our sound and lighting design. And so he was like super on board with that because he just can't do it all. So I just wanted you to know that we hire professionals to train the kids, help the kids, do everything and all stuff. Oh, next thing is COVID. Dang, man, I've had COVID about 4 times now. I try and keep myself healthy. I have tons of tests. You can kind of hear I'm a little hoarse now. I do not have COVID. I'm just got a head cold, and it's been Santa Ana's, but I guess we're getting rain tomorrow, so hopefully this will go away. But if your kid is sick, please don't have them come to rehearsal. Please just tell me, my kid's sick. It's fine. Take a week off. I don't want everybody else to get sick. If your kid has COVID, keep him home. Okay. Don't be that parent that says they want to come. It's like, no. Just keep him home. Snacks. The kids love snacks. We have a snack bar at Hey Jojo. So we ask that each family bring at least 24 snacks sometime during the run of rehearsals of Moana. It could be the first week, it could be the last week. I kind of hoard them in the back if you bring them too much. But please know that everybody should plan on bringing snacks. I have a few left over from the last group, and cookies and hot cocoa. I have tons of leftover cookies. So I've been giving cookies this week. But please, if you can, remember to bring snack, and it'll be a great thing for your kids to kind of like want to bring their snack and share with their friends. I do have a cup. If your kid has a nut allergy or some kind of allergy, please let me know. I do have a nut-free area. One of our actors on Monday is severely allergic to peanuts, so I kind of keep that aside. Please know I'm also certified trained. I get my certification every 2 years. I have an EpiPen on site. I have no problem using it, but that's where we're at with that. Next, I'll go into lead roles and our basic philosophy. This comes into effect because a lot of kids, I told every kid, it's okay to be sad if you don't get the lead role, because they kind of build themselves up and then they are like, oh, and they're bummed. Let them cry. Let them be okay with that. It's fine. What I don't want them to do is linger on and be like, Jojo hates me, blah, blah, blah. I don't hate them. I believe in every kid's has potential. I want them to kind of like figure out who they are and work harder. The ones that really work hard are the ones that I like to promote. I can tell you every single Moana, every single Maui is working hard. And they really, really wanted it. I'm not saying your kid didn't, This show did not have a lot of lead parts, which I tell the kids at every cast reveal. And it's just the nature of the business. Please stick with us. Ensemble can be fun. And this is a really fun show because the ensemble really rises to the top. And we're going to have a lot of different stuff. Teenagers. Got a teenager who might not be involved in the theater, might be an older sibling of somebody else. Please let us know. We love teenagers and getting them to do something and be active in the community. We make them part of our stage crew and even younger. I've had stage crew as young as 8, and I make them rock stars. I give them headsets and all that fun stuff. So I just say, if you have somebody who wants to get involved or you want them involved, please, please have them join us. And I teach a free class on Sundays. I'm not going to do it this December. I'm going to do it this Sunday, I think. I'll let my improv kids know. But I teach a free improv class, which is kind of like a really fun bonding class for my preteens. The caveat is you have to be in 6th grade or older. And the little kids like really want to join improv. I won't let them. You have to be in 6th grade or older. And it's really so those teens can kind of bond and have fun and give back. Those teens end up volunteering back for me. I will teach those kids for free 100% as long as they keep coming back to me. And that's my gift to you all. Tech Week. Oh, okay, t-shirts, scripts, water, blah, blah, blah. You get one script. Your kids are all getting them on their first day. Please don't lose it. Please don't tell me, oh, it's at their dad's, blah, blah. I don't care. I'll have a couple of loaner scripts at the studio. If you lose it, you can print another or pay me $15 to purchase one. They're not that cheap, okay? It's a pain in the butt to order more scripts. I don't want to do it. So I have it scanned. I can send it to you, but please try and keep on top of the scripts. Water bottles, I totally encourage bringing a reusable water bottle. I always try and keep water at the studio in my thing with cups. If they don't bring their water bottle, they can have a cup of water. Oh, what else? Tech Week and shows. I will be sending out a schedule. Trust me, I'm sorry I didn't get to it today. As most of you know, my wallet was stolen on Saturday. I lost every credit card, my driver's license, my social security card. It's been a nightmare. So I'm just really busy doing all that kind of stuff too. Not to mention I'm going out of town. So I've been really, really busy on a ton of different stuff. So I just wanted you to know I'm gonna send you tomorrow, maybe tonight. We'll see. The schedule for Sunday. There will be choreography on Sunday. Each cast is gonna have a 45-minute choreography session on Sunday. It's not the whole 2-hour period that I originally asked you guys to block out. So everybody will get 45 minutes. Hopefully our choreographer is gonna okay me on that. And then our tech schedule is mandatory. We start tech on February 10th, which is a Saturday. We go until the 13th, which is a Tuesday. You will get a tech rehearsal and a dress rehearsal. Each cast gets a tech and a dress rehearsal during that period. We open the show on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and every cast gets 2 shows. Okay, our shows will be from the 14th until the 18th. So there'll be one on the 14th, one on the 15th, 2 on the 16th, which is a Friday, 2 on the Saturday, and 2 on the Sunday. And then we'll be done. So please know that that's what we have. As we get a little bit closer to showtime, you'll see me do a larger volunteer schedule, which will ask you guys to volunteer for either box office, super simple, backstage doing costumes. Don't do your own cast. join another cast with costuming, help us out. Again, we're 100% volunteer. Where we are doing our shows at our Roger Row, huge sticklers for trash. If a kid eats inside their theater, they yell at me and then they say, Judge, we're not going to rent you again. Please note, we love this stage. Do not have your kids eat inside. They all eat inside. It drives me bonkers. So please be diligent with your kids to say, if you want to be on that stage, don't eat. Help me out during that week. Next, I want to say I'm planning another karaoke night. Could be New Year's Eve. Please let me know if that's something you're interested in. I'm not doing anything. I hate New Year's Eve. I never go out, but I would do a 5 to 8 p.m. Maybe we have the ball drop at 8. Y'all pick your kids up by 8:30 and Jojo can go home. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So let me know. We also have art camp going on during the holidays. Our art teacher's been off the hook. He had like 20 kids during Thanksgiving and it was really, really fun. I want to introduce Michael, our musical director, just a little bit on how to study. So, Michael, do you want to unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the fams?
Okay, let's see. Hey everyone, how are we doing? I just got back uh, from a great Thanksgiving in San Diego, and I was at the Cookies and Hot Cocoa event that JoJo had, and that was really great to watch some amazing students showcase their vocal talents. So I will be working with all the kids in Moana and getting them up to great singing shape. Whether they're in the ensemble, we'll probably have a group vocal class or two, but especially if your student or your child is a lead, it's great. We will have some solo work and we will work together on Zoom. I record their session, and this way they can get the confidence to nail all those solos. And there's definitely some tricky rhythms in the show. So if there are any students that need some one-on-one coaching, JoJo has my information. You're more than welcome to schedule a one-on-one with me, and we'll make sure that they are ready to rock for the show.
Yeah, and some of you will have you do a little bit of vocal assessment that I think you might need a couple lessons. Again, we can cover so much. Michael knows my budget is, but if you want to help support your child to kind of go into more lessons, that would be great if you guys can support that because he is a true technician and
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's important that they feel, everyone is insanely talented, but it's important that they know that they are supported with all of the melodies and everything, but also just getting that one-on-one work to hit those notes, breathing, technique, all those things. Because one rehearsal a week, and in addition to choreography, that's great. But especially if you're a lead, you might need a little bit more help and guidance. So I'm there, and I'm available, and you can email me, and Judger has my information, and I can't wait to work with all your kids. It's gonna be
yes,
awesome.
and Michael, you're going to also be shooting out a warm up. So if you can do
Yes,
a Moana
absolutely.
warm up and maybe do a
Oh
little
yeah,
Hawaiian, okay? So
done,
we can
done.
all get that support. And that's a free
Absolutely.
that we support and we give you all that you guys can use throughout your time with Moana. It's just a kind of it's vocal training. It's hard for parents to kind of grasp because they're like, oh, he's just singing. Oh, no, it's a lifelong thing. And it's like working out and stretching before you run a marathon. So you gotta rehearse and you gotta get your vocal cords going before every rehearsal. And you all need to put it on on your phones and play it in your cars as you drive your kids to rehearsal. So
Absolutely.
that's coming to you shortly, but he just flew in tonight. So
Yeah.
welcome back to New
Just
York.
got back. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Hey JoJo. We appreciate you.
Yes.
Bye, JoJo.
Bye,
Thanks.
Mike. Thanks so much. Okay. With that, I'm going to open it up to questions. Did anybody have any questions specifically for me? that I didn't cover in my half hour? Really? No one? Not a one?
Hi, Jojo. I have a question.
Okay, go for it.
Did you already cover timing of when we will know what cast is on what days for text versus show days?
No, I haven't. So, um, we have a short window. So what I want you all to realize is that the only reason we got Roger Rowe is that they said you can only do this show during this time from the 10th to the 18th. I'm like, great. Originally, I thought I could only have three casts. Um, I was telling my guys, I'm like, dudes, I think I have to have four casts because otherwise we're gonna have like 40 kids in each cast. So I kind of made it so we have four casts. We're still kind of ironing it out, but I have not done the schedule. If you have a conflict, all parents on this meeting, shoot it to me pronto because it will be coming out this week.
Oh,
Okay. You should. I've been utmost clear. Please do not schedule anything during President's Weekend because that is our show weekend. I lost one of my favorite students, Porter, because he's going to Rome on the 15th. And he's like, can you fit us in? I'm like, no, Porter, I can't. So please, if you are traveling, please let me know ASAP because they need to be available between the 10th and the 18th because that's tech dress rehearsals plus shows. Okay. 19th, I'm not doing squat because I got to pay the school double. We ain't going to go there. Right. Okay. Anybody else have another question?
There's some questions on the chat.
Natalie? What?
There's some questions on the chat.
Oh, shoot. I don't know my chat up. Hold on. Chat coming up.
One of them
Okay. Is choreo on Sundays? Every Sunday or just okay? Great question about choreo. Okay, it is not every Sunday. You're gonna learn, especially if your kids are the village chorus or the ocean chorus, which days they need to come. Um, they are totally two separate choruses. Usually if you're like a pair like Sita, Chief Tui, you're all villagers. Pua, hey, they're all villagers. So that's that message I gotta send to you guys. I might come tonight, might probably tomorrow morning, but you will find out what days you need to come for choreography. I'm just waiting for my choreographer to like clear the schedule. I think I have it down. The mom and I talked at our party on Sunday. She's like, oh, that's that big memo I have to go through. I'm like, yes, I gotta let the parents know. But this Sunday will be the opening number, um, which is Where You Are with Chief Tui. So it's going to be the village chorus. So if your kid's in the ocean, we are not going to need them this Sunday. Okay. So, but here's the weird thing it's going to be 45 minutes. So the first cast, you guys are Big Island. I'm going to take the last half hour of that Big Island cast. You guys are going to be there a little bit longer. Then you go into the other two casts and the last cast, which is a walking cast. So you're going to see a memo tomorrow. But it's just the villager chorus this Sunday. And I should have everything kind of organized. A good question. Thank you. Will every cast have at least one weekend show? Who's still doing it? Lenore. Hold on. Okay, I'm muting you guys. Will every cast have at least one weekend show? I try. We open on the 14th, which is a Wednesday. I try and do everybody have an evening show and a matinee. Friday the 16th, we're doing two shows. We're gonna do a 4 o'clock and a 7:30. I know 7:30 is a little late for some of my young ones, so I'm trying to pick the cast with like kind of the older kids. As my tech crew likes to say, oh, well, you know, the kids can do it. It's a holiday on Saturday. I'm like, yeah, you don't understand if a kid's 5. So I know some of you have younger actors and they are not up that late, especially after 8:30. So I am trying to figure that out, and I should have that schedule fairly soon, and I will send it out to you. Any other questions? Okay. If you have questions, please email me. I try and be very fair in my casting, is my final note. I love all of your kids. This show does not have a ton of parts. If you want to stay on, oops. If you want to stay on, we're going to have a production meeting, which talks about volunteering. So if you have a skill and you want to volunteer, please stay on. I'm going to stop the recording right now for my parent meeting, which was mandatory. So thank